One of the most fascinating stories in the Bible for me is Mary. She poured her entire life savings on the feet of Jesus. Regardless of what it looked like, what it came across as, Mary demonstrated such a not only level of honor for the Lord, but of love for Him. And she was not afraid to do it. I feel like in this day and age, many of us are trying with everything we got to reach even that level of service to the King. But what I've found, bottom line, is the greater the crushing, the greater the oil. The greater the oil we pour on His feet, the greater the honor He bestows. The greater the places He takes us goes, and the greater we get to know Him more. I haven't always been a travel worship artist. As a matter of fact, I started in my parents' church way in St. Petersburg, Florida, grand old Church of God in Christ Church. They still pastor to this day. And I started off singing in the choir, the worship team, the Christmas plays, all the things. I was privileged enough to be invited to be a part of the vocal performance program at my magnet high school, and that was incredible. Felt like the Lord really had to reel me in, because I tell people now, I used to want to be Beyonce. And even though the Lord began to be gracious with me, as always, He allowed me to find myself amongst many of my mama's prayers. And so time went by and my relationship with the Lord grew, but I definitely had to do the taste and see that the Lord is good method. I decided to see for myself, Lord, what is the thing that you are wanting me to do? What is my purpose here? Why am I here? And over time, I believe He really showed me that if I gave Him my full, wholehearted yes, that He was going to take me places that my mind couldn't even imagine. Well, as a testimony to that, I stand here a living witness. In that season, I began to sing background vocals for probably all the prominent worship artists you could think of. And that was incredible. We are 2 passports full now, and I've seen so much of the world. And over that time, I figured, well, okay, great. So that means it's my turn, right? Not because I wanted the spotlight so bad, but because I could tell there was something more in my heart that the Lord was drawing me to. But the more I would step out and kind of test it out, I could tell He was like, not yet, not yet. It took a lot for me to have the patience of waiting. And I waited kicking and screaming. Actually, I'm still in the wait for many things. But as the Lord has shifted me into this season now of traveling to lead worship and lead people to the awareness of the nearness of Jesus, I would be remiss if I didn't admit that I'm so glad I waited, because had I not, I would not be ready for all the things I experienced today. New Year's Eve 2025 kind of took me by surprise, because I didn't think it was in the Lord's plan for me to travel to San Antonio, Texas for a ministry trip by myself. I rarely travel by myself when I'm doing a ministry date for multiple reasons. It's always good to feel covered even though you know you are, and to also just have that accountability, that extra person to lean on, that familiar face. beautiful person, whether it's an assistant or a videographer. I had gotten used to that in this new season as I started out, and I was just surprised that it didn't work out for anyone else to be with me for this particular date. Nothing necessarily new. Ministry is always a serious thing that we carry it weightily, but it's New Year's Eve, Lord. At bare minimum, I want to have my person. But I'm understanding more and more that the cost of the yes is sometimes you have to go alone. If you really list out some of the most impactful people in the Bible, you'll notice this common thread of people who all had close proximity, fellowship, and friendship with Jesus. Anna was in the temple, Moses was in the tent, David out on the field. So the only question I'm really asking these days is, where can I sit with him too?